Jeff, you there? You still eating?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. You're a little bit...
You're quieter than normal.
Hmm.
There we go.
Alrighty. So, everybody's alive, everybody's safe.
One moment.
Wait, we're all good?
Do a thing. Hold on.
Oh, technical difficulties. Standing.
That maybe. Wait, no. Yes, a little bit of technical difficulty. Sorry, it's putting in wrong thing. Okay, try saying something.
Test
Anyway.
1 2 1 2. Rolls in a tantrum
Okay.
cause terrible.
Much better. Thank you. I was accidentally doubling up audio through my mic. Sorry, anyone who might have been watching at that moment. I fixed it. It is fixed.
Alright. As I eat the rest of my craft dinner in the background. Alright. Everybody's technical difficulties fixed. Everybody can hear me. Everyone can hear everybody.
Yep.
Alrighty. Shall we get to it, nerds?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well.
That's always the spirit I'm looking for. Alrighty. Who wants to give me a quick recap of what happened last time, guys?
Nutangi shenanigans. I don't know if I can do any better than that.
It's not inaccurate.
And Necroromancer. Got it. There we go. Did better.
Yep.
Slightly better.
Accurate.
It is indeed accurate. You guys left the Visheron, heading north. You made a brief pit stop in Aventine, flew over the city, and at long last went north into the Nutangi. Along the way, you came across some weird tidal waves that were impacting the north shore of Sinaraja. You guys did a little bit of control water work on them, I believe, but nothing big enough to completely stop them. And just let them keep crashing. Then you continued sailing up north towards the portal to the elemental plane of water in the Northern Ocean, where you came across another ship from the Kijin Kingdom, crewed by a literal skeleton crew, and the old man who came along with them. Alongside him, you guys fought a bunch of Sahagwin, a few water elemental myrmidons, and a weird-looking new Nutangi, who breathed cold and conjured a tsunami and didn't seem especially bothered when he left you guys. You had a little bit of a chat with Eamon, the old guy in question, and that's about where we left off. So you guys are still on the one surface level island surrounding the portal to the elemental plane of water. It is a few thousand feet underwater. What would you guys like to do?
I believe we were going to head back to Eamon's ship because Diggeroy wanted to look at charts.
That is correct. Okay. All right. You guys take a quick walk across the island, a few hundred feet back from where your ships are. Oh, I believe there was some flying with Bauer being left behind.
All right.
Oh, yes. How could we forget?
Um, so Bauer is unfortunately left behind as the pixie attempts to cast fly on him and just can't. And
And there's
is
at least
left
like
just
2 annoyed pixies afterwards because that's probably they both tried and one was like ratting the other for it and then the other one couldn't do it and they're like, oh.
they're jabbering at each other in Sylvan as they fly along with you guys. So Bauer is left to run behind you guys, and you reach Eamon's ship, which appears to be built out of black wood and continues to be crewed by a set of skeletons, who all salute crisply as Eamon comes aboard.
Is this ship entirely skeleton crew, or are there actual people here as well?
It's whatever Eamon would prefer.
I mean, I would assume there's probably a few people, necromancer or two,
Yeah.
some actual nautical people.
Yeah, probably.
So you probably need a necromancer to keep them under control.
Yeah.
So there's a pair of necromancers and a single navigator.
All right. I will introduce the 3 of them to the party.
All right.
Navigator,
You are
show us to his charts.
all right. The party is introduced to Cliff and Rad, the necromancers who are on board the ship. And sorry,
I said that's an awesome name, Rad.
It's indeed a rad name.
and you.
Is there other one Daniel?
No, the other one is Bjorn.
We're so
and then
close.
you head off to meet the navigator. His name is Bjorn. And he's a big dude, just barely fits in the actual covered parts of the ship. And he unrolls his charts and shows them to you for what are you looking at on said charts, Degaroy?
Well, principally anything I don't already know. But obviously my primary curiosity will be this general vicinity.
All right. So Bjorn unrolls the charts. They seem to be a little bit more up to date than yours, as they include only 1 island around here as opposed to the 5 that your charts show. And Bjorn looks down at it. All right. We have 1 island here. And then he starts pointing at a couple of other spots on the map. There's a Kraken den here. Don't go here. There's a big Nutongi den here. One of the females. Don't go here. And he indicates a large oval to the west of the plane of the portal, as just her territorial range.
Mm-hmm.
He indicates just to the north of the portal, a grotto that contains a Kraken. That's about it around here. Yeah. Other than that, no dangers that we can really plot around here. We're far enough north. There's no wild magic or anything.
That's good news.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure Gamir just doesn't like it. He does his best to keep it out.
Sorry, they turned in an ASMR stream for them for a second with the bubble popping.
Sorry?
Sorry, I don't know if you heard the popping behind me.
No.
Wife was popping a bubble wrap.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep. It was suddenly an ASMR stream.
Well, while Diggeroy and Bjorn are looking at the charts, I want to go ahead and scry on the Nutangi.
Alrighty.
He should have a -10 to his save.
Yes, you do in fact have a piece of him. I didn't want him to be. Then it'd be extremely obvious that I was making his name based on the Daniel Radcliffe that I can see on Discord right now. I'm just checking his news DC. All right. So, including the body part, blah, 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 blah. I don't think an 8 makes your save DC.
No.
What is your save DC?
18.
Oh, nice. Oh, if you didn't have a piece of him, he would have just made it. Alas.
I could have drawn a shitty picture of him, given him a -2.
You sure could have. You're not wrong. That's like my favorite stupid save modifier for scrying. Just draw shitty pictures of things. Regardless, you form a scrying sensor, and it appears deep underwater. You can see the Nutangi still cloaked in ice, appearing to head away from the from a source of faint blue light to make a survival check real quick. See if you can figure out which cardinal direction he's heading. Nope, sorry.
Is this just something I can see, or does it actually show up in the mirror that I'm using as a focus?
Normally I say it does show up in the mirror.
Cool. That means I can have other people look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I will mention this to Tigoroy and Bjorn and anybody else who cares. Be like, I have no idea where the fuck this is.
Bjorn will make a survival check. You can tear Diggeroy away from seeing all the...
We're trying to survive.
Alright, Diggeroy, you're pretty sure he's heading north, away from whatever that weird blue light is.
Interesting.
It's actually fortuitous that Diggeroy is looking. Diggeroy, you, well, all of you who are looking at the mirror see the Nutangi eventually pull up to a large grotto under the water. it heads into the grotto and spies a Kraken. It spies a Kraken. A Kraken who, in particular, has a sword embedded in its head.
Ooh.
Hey, Diggeroy, you recognize this sword.
Oh no. Well, fuck.
I'm sorry, Jeff is having a hard time remembering which one this is.
The Pirate King sword?
Yeah, the one that turned out to be sentient when you went to visit your old boss.
It's now a Kraken. Well, fuck.
I think there's an interesting story.
Yeah, I want to know how the fuck it got from the prison to there. That's
Just another time.
You'd have to ask it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get eaten.
Right. The Nutangi and the Kraken kind of just stand there for a few minutes. Takes a minute or two for you guys to figure out they're probably communicating via telepathy with each other. And then the Nutangi leaves. And the scrying sensor dissipates.
Seems like that Kraken's our next stop for finding clues then.
Yeah.
Are you telling anyone about what you saw for that?
Yeah. I'll remind people that we've seen that sword before.
We are intending to visit your former boss, Diggeroy.
Well, he per se is not. Well, it's an interesting question of semantics there. Yeah, we got to do something about that sword.
We at least are better equipped now.
There is that.
I mean, does it count as your former boss if it was the thing body puppeting him the whole time?
Well, I mean, technically that means the sword was his former boss, so yes.
Or my boss's boss. Like, it's weird.
The guy was just a
Not my
puppet,
super-
then yeah, the sword was the boss.
And the sword itself is just a minion of Gamir.
So who's the boss?
Tony Danza.
Ah, right. Gotcha.
Beat Tony Danza.
At the risk of sounding very young, who
Oh,
the
no.
fuck is Tony Danza?
Oh no!
Come knock on our door.
Oh shit!
We've been waiting for you.
This song is an even older reference, so congrats on that. Tony Dan, an actor,
Actor,
from
television personality, tap dancer, boxer, and teacher? What?
Sounds
What
about
kind
right
of
for
yeah,
Tony
right,
Danza.
yeah.
What kind of life did this guy lead?
The kind that he was the lead on Who's the Boss Now.
Okay,
Was
cool.
on a in the 80s and had like no career after.
Mm-hmm.
Much.
On Hollywood.
Tony Danza. Who's the boss now? Guy from Taxi. Now that I've completely derailed this with Tony Danza, I'm sorry.
Okay, we forgive you.
So water breathing, I have a bunch of water breathing potions, so we're good there. I just feel it's going to be a terrible idea to just sort of swim down to the Kraken and say hi.
Technically, I'm pretty sure I can cast water breathing.
Is it? Sorry.
Depending
Is
how
it
far-
concentration?
No, I don't believe so. Let me make sure of that, but I'm pretty sure it isn't.
So, did you all have any other business on this island?
Not on the island per se. We actually came to talk to Tritons.
It's a ritual, so no, it's not concentration.
Nice.
So is water walk, but I figure we need to go underwater.
Yeah, water walk is like the opposite of what we need right
Yeah.
now.
Do we have anything else good for water?
Somebody finally gets to use the sword water thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we actually did come down up here to meet with some tridents. Or tridents. Tritons. Whatever.
Triton!
I mean, presumably they have tridents.
There's probably at least one or two.
We were searching for more information on Gamir and other activities in this area.
And the Kraken fulfills at least 2 of those criteria.
I mean, I'm ready whenever you guys are.
We
We
know
got
that.
water breathing.
So technically, I guess that one I might need to I might need to prepare that one, but depending on when we need to use it or how far away
Well-
the Kraken seems to be.
Amen. Do you know if there are any tridents around? Or Oh my god.
They're trident back where we fought shit.
Can't say I've come across any, but haven't been in the area too long. Bjorn, do you have any idea?
We're around the right place for them to be here, but I haven't seen any myself either. It's weird. Normally they'll at least come and poke their heads up if you're going through their territory.
Does anyone have the spell Locate Creature?
We do.
You keep saying trident. Why are you asking about locate creature? Shouldn't you be looking for a locate object?
Oh, Bjorn.
We also have locate object. At least I think so. That one, I think that one I need time for though. Yeah.
Time we have.
We can prepare both in the morning.
Okay. Well, we could try that. Is there anything else we want to try before we want to have ideas for shorter term idea object? Bleh. Can't talk today.
Is
But
there
anyway,
any
I'm
more
in
to this
favor.
island we should explore?
Yeah, how much of the island did you get to see, Eamon?
How much of it did I see?
I mean, it's maybe 500 meters squared, or 500 meter per side at max. It's not a huge place.
Yeah, it's pretty
2.5
small.
kilometers squared. You've seen most of it. Or you've seen the, you haven't gone into any of the sunken buildings probably, because they seem like kind of death traps. But you've wandered over most of the surface of it, and what you haven't is mostly flooded.
I will explain that to party.
And no cross shapes on the ground. Just makes X shape with their arms. We heard that small islands like this might have that sometimes.
No? What would that be for?
We have heard maps contain locations to such things.
Oh, out of character, you're talking about X marks the spot for treasure?
Yes.
Alright. No, can't say I've seen anything like that.
I'd give a shrug at that. I seem like Realm, probably. Give a story or something.
Probably. Stories about X marking the spot? Yeah, probably. That sounds right.
Running with pirate.
Yeah, our fiddly dee. Or something.
Well, barring anything else, I think we should rest, prepare new spells, and then start trying to locate some Tritons.
Understood.
Actually, there is one more thing I could do. Try to find Tritons. Let's go ahead and ask the soul-caged Sahagwin what happened to or where the Tritons in the area are.
Soul Cage compel them to answer truthfully?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Just making sure.
Query soul.
Must answer you truthfully and to the best of its ability. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Soul Cage is fucking awesome.
It is. I agree. You hear a brief down below near the portal. The ones that haven't been chased from their homes, that is.
Well, sounds like all the Tritons are near the portal.
How far are we from the portal?
You're basically next to it. You're just several thousand feet above it.
Well, aside from not being the island being in the way, it's basically straight down.
Yeah, basically. Like, you can walk to the edge of the island and just tie a ball and chain to yourself and then just sink. And you'll more or less hit it.
Power.
You might not be alive. You might have drowned by then, but your corpse will hit. Alright. Anything else you guys want to do before taking a rest and heading down?
Spend some time with my puppy. There's time.
Alright. Eamon, you spot this horrible little wolf deer puppy that the mushroom lady seems to be playing with. As you guys start to settle down.
I've seen weirder things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just a bunch of weirdos.
I mean, you can identify all the components of this one.
It's
Yeah.
true.
And hey, the components are all alive.
Look at that.
It's a novel approach to doing these things.
So weird.
I think at this point it's harder to tell which one's more horrible, them or Cristona at this point. Puppy or Cristona.
Cristona does keep getting more and more mushroomy
Yep.
as more fungi keep getting added, and
Like, it's probably like cloudy eyes, as there's like spores behind the eyes or something like that.
that's a horrifying image. I hate it. It's definitely canon now. All
So I
right.
can't be blinded.
You're technically correct. That's kind of correct. Oh god, does that mean Cristona like sees through their spores now?
Potentially.
Ugh. I hate it. I hate it so much.
At least it's just not mushrooms growing out of the eye sockets now, so.
Oh god. Don't make this worse. Alright. So, you guys settle down for the night. Cristona plays with the pupper, who is starting to get a little bit bigger. You've had him for a few weeks now. He's grown a little bit. His paws are no longer, his paws and hooves, I should say, are no longer quite as ridiculously outsized. But the night passes without further incident. You guys wake up in the morning. Where did everybody sleep?
I assume on the ship.
Gonna say a hammock?
Like the Falcon, or who's sleeping on which ship and or the ground?
Falcon.
Not the ground. I'll probably hop back to the Falcon.
Though I might stay on the ground for a bit and bring the pupper there to be able to get some exercise off the ship.
Oh, yes, Bauer, you definitely made it back to the boat. It was a couple 100 feet away. Sorry. Like, unless you just stopped at the battlefield while everybody else was flying away, you definitely made it back. All right. Everybody awakens. And you are awake. Bjorn is scuttling about below decks, making some breakfast for himself and Cliff and Rad. Realm continues to be hiding below decks, away from anybody who enters the Falcon, besides Sophia.
Because we're all afraid that it's going to be a body again.
Maybe not.
Poor Realm.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I need to update my sheet and prepare those spells. So we wanted locate creature and locate object?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll locate.
At least locate creature. Okay. I'm expecting to eventually be underwater. So... think I'm good.
All right. Anybody else have anything they need to prepare for heading below the seas?
I'm gonna distribute the water breathing potions. So everybody has two.
Had a long rest, right?
Yep. You just long rested.
Okay.
Oh yeah, water breathing was the other one that I wanted to prepare. It lasts for 24 hours, so we'll just do the ritual for that and cast it as soon as we were ready to start hitting underwater.
Alrighty. You spend, how long is it to cast water breathing? 10 minutes?
Yeah, the ritual.
Yeah. You spend 10 minutes casting water breathing, and everybody abruptly feels their lungs augmented.
Except for me.
God damn it,
Oh,
Bauer.
yeah, except for Bauer.
Well, Bauer needs the potions then.
Whee!
I thought we were I don't know, submarine.
Yeah, and it's up to you guys. The Falcon does have a submarine mode. Bauer has apparently already dove into the water, however.
I'll see y'all at the bottom.
Are you just gonna sink?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Bauer's going down.
Freezing?
This is what we believe is called on brand for Bauer.
I see. But you said this boat of yours can go under the water?
Yeah.
Got a new elemental.
Fancier than mine.
Yeah, we replaced the elemental. We should be good to go.
You should be. I'm just doing some.
Since I couldn't do it
quick
on
research.
Bauer, my doggo gets the extra water breathing.
Okay.
Just in case.
Not like Realm or Ramus or
Well, I mean, I'm pretty
whoever
sure
else is on this boat.
I can get most, if not everyone.
Please keep discussing this for a little bit. I need to figure out if Bauer's going to drown before he hits.
Why would I drown?
Because it's 2,000 feet down.
That sounds like a problem
the
for people
water.
that can't breathe underwater.
Mm. Oh yeah, you have
You
potions.
don't have water breathing on you.
No, but my armor does.
Oh right, you have that armor.
Oh, that is. All right, you just fucking sink then. I totally forgot that your armor does water breathing.
It does a bunch of nifty things.
It does. It sure does. You just fucking sink.
Okay, bye.
The armor just pulls you down to the bottom, slowly but surely.
That does raise the question, though. Do we have anything for moving underwater?
A very good question.
I mean, I got one direction taken care of.
mean, for at least 10 minutes I could control the water around us, but that's about it.
There's swimming.
Yeah, that's mostly it.
Well, let's hope we don't have to fight anything.
I mean, I wonder if that would work. Okay. Would freedom of movement work when it comes to moving underwater?
It does.
Huh.
Creature is unaffected by difficult terrain. Being underwater imposes no penalties on the target's movement or attacks.
Aha.
So Diggeroy is fine for that.
I can cast it up to 3 times. Or I would want to cast it only up to 3 times and save more spell slots. But since Bauer can't take it anyway, so...
Yeah, and I have a permanent freedom of movement that I forgot about. But
Aha.
there it is.
So then can cast it twice. But it's only for an hour though, so I might save it till absolutely need it. Depending on how long
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's
take.
a pre-fight buff.
Yep.
You are allowed to fight here, buff. Yeah, it's a good buff.
So come to us before any incursions.
I'll do that.
All right. Alrighty. You guys ready to go?
We're going to take the ship down first.
All right. So the rest of you climb aboard the Falcon. Is anybody going to explain what's happening to Eamon before it happens?
We're going to be busy making it happen, so...
Fair enough. All right.
I mean,
When was the last time we used it?
This is the first time I think you guys have gone
So yeah,
submarine
don't know if
with it.
Krista would really understand that.
All
We
right.
did mention that it can happen to Eamon, so...
Oh, it's
yeah. Hence why I'm on their boat to begin with.
All right. So while Bauer continues to just fucking sink like a stone,
Goodbye.
you guys spend a bit of time discussing with each other above water, and then Diggeroy heads to the wheel. You flip a couple of buttons, flip a couple of switches, hit a couple of buttons on the console by the wheel, and you watch as you hear a clunk below deck as the water elemental slides into place in place of one of the air elementals, and a thin sheet of water slowly slides into place over the deck of the airship. And you begin to sink beneath the waves.
watching all this with some fascination.
You begin to sink. You spot Bauer far below you. As you do, the water is relatively clear here. You see sunlight streaming down, fish all about. Sunlight streaming down, fish all about. A couple of whales making their silent way through the ocean. And far below even Bauer, you see what was clearly once a city carved from the ocean stone. You see pillars and domed roofs from above, and many small buildings below, as well as the craters that have been put into the middle of them that appear pretty recent, from what you can tell as you float down from above. You don't see any Tritons as you slowly make your way down with the Falcon submarine. All you see is this empty city. Population, fish.
So not
So it's
empty.
me.
Empty of people.
Just regular fish, not fish people. Got it.
Mm. Unless all of the fish are fish people. Ooh. It'll be population Bauer in like a minute when you hit the ocean.
Well,
Bauer bonks off the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Bauer thunks off the bottom after as you guys start coming in towards the city, and raises a little cloud of silt around himself. A few fish come over to him and look very curious and kind of get up close and start nibbling on his armor a little.
with 10 minutes, we could ask the fish.
Nobody else to ask.
Might as well.
Sure.
Start doing the ritual for speak with animals.
All right. You start casting Speak with Animals, and 10 minutes later, you guys are at the ocean floor, presumably somewhere near Bauer, question mark? No. You cast the Speak with Animals, and you poke your head out through the bubble to talk to the fish. It just forms a airtight seal around your neck as you poke your head out.
Nice. So I guess the first thing, what did we want to ask?
Oh, man.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I was
You're like, let's ask
we
the
assume, like,
fish.
Where's the Tritons?
that was my first thought, but I wasn't sure if there's anything else we needed from that.
And the fish are like, wow, that's really humanoid-centric of you.
Right. Do any of you know where the, and then describing Tritons, are the ones that lived around here?
I feel like I should be drinking water and gurgling as I speak as a fish, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
In the
no, I
interest
don't
of
have
not
water for that.
drowning.
I don't want to drown
In the
on
interest
bubble
of-
tea.
In the interest of not drowning, I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the ocean present, so I have lots of water. Nope, I'm not even gonna try that.
Yeah,
I don't want to spray water all over my keyboard.
Please don't.
The blue people? They're gone. Gone. The other fish in the school of fish that are swirling around Bauer start forming a little chorus for the one who spoke up initially.
Do you know the direction they went?
Oh, all around. They ran. Some of them went into the big hole. Some of them went into hold that thought. Some of them went into the big hole. Some of them went that way. Some of them went that way. Some of them went that way. They basically point in every other. They point west, south, east. Some of them went hide, like when sharks are around, but there are no sharks around. Why would they hide when there's no sharks? Why would they hide when there's no sharks? Why would they hide when there's no sharks? They even hide from us. We're friends.
Mm-hmm.
They talk to us like you do.
Mm-hmm. So some are hidden, but you have not seen them?
No, they hide.
Could you possibly show us and our big friend, and gesturing to the boat basically, where the big hole is?
Thought unheld because I totally forgot to add the description of the fucking planar portal to the description of, yes, you're looking down at the Triton's home.
Oh, we saw it. Okay.
Directly next to the city, because I'm an idiot and forgot to add it, is a hole in the floor of the ocean that looks like it just leads to more ocean, but somehow darker ocean. Darker ocean. We'll call it that. That's also faintly, at the borders of it, it is emitting a faint blue light.
Okay. So, question redacted. I know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the planar portal.
Gotcha. And none of them mentioned anything happening before they left?
Not to us. They were so busy.
Nothing was attacking them? Not sharks, but other things?
Big white thing. It was cold.
Cold, white
It
thing?
came and attacked. Yeah. Big cold white thing. Big cold white thing. Big cold white thing. Big cold white.
Are there any more features of it that you remember?
It was long.
Can I try to discern what that might be? cold white thing that's long.
I mean, presumably it's the Natangi.
Hmm?
Presumably it's the Natangi.
That was my guess.
That's
That we
my
just
guess, but
Sounds like the Nutangi.
okay. Was it complete? The Natangi is completely white. The one that we saw.
More or less.
Okay.
It's coated in ice over most of its body.
Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay. How
Remember?
long ago did they leave?
How do fish measure time?
They would be able to tell
This is one of
time.
those-
How many feedings?
How often do fish eat, man? I've never kept fish.
Probably like most animals, as often as they can.
Yeah, I mean, like, it probably depends on the type of fish, whether they graze or hunt prey.
But I think they'll be able to tell tides this far down.
They
I
I mean,
give
if sunlight's
you an
getting this far
answer-
down,
Words to the effect of 4 days.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for.
That's what we're going with.
Okay.
Words to the effect of 4 days. I don't know enough about fish to know how they'd actually say that, but words to the effect of 4 days.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll just give a nod at that and think for a second. Well, if any of you do see any Tritons, could you tell them that we are here to potentially aid against the large white cold thing?
Sure.
Thank you.
The whole school starts saying sure at you.
Just nod at that. Just kind of give a slight like wave and a thanks and get their head back in to tell everyone what they heard.
A couple of them try and wave a fin at you. It doesn't work very well. Kind of throws them all off.
The fish say the Nutangi came through 4 days ago and scared the Tritons away, put some into hiding. Others went through the portal. I peek head back out. Has the large white thing been through recently?
Not recent. No.
Right. Be careful if it does.
Yep.
Thumbs up, head back in. It hasn't been through here.
Since then.
Check wording on a couple things. Damn it, sheet. Be easier to look through.
Never. I refuse your pleas. Fuck you, for I am roll 20. The bitch of the internet.
But the buttons are more colorful. That's what matters.
Yes. It takes a painful amount of. I'm gonna go through and just nuke a whole bunch of the shit I have archived in this game at some point, just so that things run faster.
Yeah, I was wondering whether it was that or whether something with the shaped sheet is
It's
more laggy.
probably that. I have 85 archived maps on this game right now.
Damn.
Yeah, and it doesn't really archive them. It just puts them in another folder.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really tell because I probably should make a test campaign with this shaped sheet since I don't have one of those, so I can't really tell whether it works or not.
You just want to use it for this game? Or
I
is
think
the other
so.
one?
I think it's called shaped.
There's another way I like
Yes.
it. It's a lot easier to homebrew with.
Mm-hmm.
That one's called
Yeah.
Shaped.
This is shaped. It's the latest version, or I think, yeah.
Right.
I mean, you can see it at the top of the sheet. It says shaped 5e.
Aha!
Yes, there it is.
The like biggest issue I have with this one is that it misses a couple skills by default unless you add them back in, which is weird.
Mrs. Skills?
Yeah, it didn't have stealth on it, and as I'm looking at mine, I realize it doesn't have animal handling either.
Huh?
The sheet, the shaped 5e character sheet, does not have stealth or animal handling on it unless you manually add them in.
Huh.
Mine has both.
Yeah, mine too.
You probably added them in a long time ago.
I don't think so.
Because I don't know how to do that.
If you go into edit, you can do add, but
Individual skill is pain in the ass because it's by number. And it's not like alphabetical or anything easy like that.
Oh, isn't Roll20 so fun? This is the only game I use sheets for. Everything else, I use one of the other ones.
Yeah, I feel that it tries to do too much.
Yeah, just a little.
The modifiers that this one can do is really useful, though.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the only thing I like about it. Everything else about it is terrible.
Nice.
Anyway, ignoring bitching about 20.
Yeah. We could attempt to locate Tritons if we had a potential idea where they could be hiding in the city if they were here. But our range is limited.
1,000 feet goes a long way in a city, actually.
Depends on how big the city is.
It's not that big.
See, it's like 333 yards, so
300 meters in any direction.
Uh-huh.
But you gotta keep in mind, like, it's a big modern city that that's not a significant chunk of.
Yeah.
that's true.
Here, that's a bigger chunk. 600 meters. Diameter 600 meters will get you most of the city if you put yourself in, like, the center.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
But
maneuver
Hmm?
do this underwater.
What'd you say?
Actually, I was gonna say I'll maneuver the ship so that you can do the ritual on deck.
It's
And just ping.
not.
Is it not a
It's
ritual?
not a ritual,
No,
I
it's
don't think.
concentration. That's it. Yeah, it's not ritual, it's concentration.
Whatever. I'll maneuver the ship anyway.
Okay.
Ready? And are you locating a creature or an object?
This would be for locate creature to look at a Triton that might be hiding.
Oh, Jesus. Roll20 just needs to refresh itself and hopefully start responding. So, sticking yourself, Digoroy maneuvers maneuvers the ship around and sticks you roughly in the middle of the city. You find yourselves floating above a somewhat larger domed building that appears to be at the center of town. You cast Locate Creature, and your Locate Creature, in fact, points directly downwards into said larger building.
Mm-hmm. So they'll point out that building. Do I know how many, or is it just
Locate Creature, I think, is just the
specific
closest
kind?
one
Closest
to
one?
you, yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
So, you ping a Triton down below you in this building.
Okay. We'll keep concentration on it, and should we attempt to make contact?
Yeah, let's do that.
Has Bauer come onto the ship yet?
That is up to Bauer.
Have I been able to either move fast enough to catch up to the ship, or has the ship come close enough for me to get onto it?
Yes.
Otherwise, I figured I was making my way to the ship, so then yeah.
It was stopped while Cristona was talking to those fish. Long enough for you to make your way on. Okay, Roll20 has just stopped responding.
Oh, no.
So this is cool.
No.
We're just gonna reload that real quick. You head down into the. You head down. Please launch. You head down into the building. Beneath the dome, you see a large circle of chairs spread out. They're all apparently wood and are placed in a circle upon the ground underneath this dome. There are several doors off to the side of the room. Your Locate Creature is pointing to somewhere beneath this circle.
Okay.
Look for floor tiles that might be removable.
There are no tiles. It's just solid earth floor.
Here's a question. How close do they seem once we're there? Like distance-wise?
Maybe 20 feet below.
Okay. How does my telepathy work with being able to, like...
see things.
Okay, gotta be able to see it. Okay.
Have to either see it or be familiar with it, and have it be within range.
Okay. I wasn't sure if like having the concentration spell up was considered like being connected
No.
in that sort of way, but
No.
okay. So, do we think is there if we do find some kind of stuff, do you think there's potentially a way to speak well enough underwater that it would get to them?
Well, freedom of movement should cover me for speaking normally, right?
Yes.
And I speak Alpine, so told about language barrier either.
Like if any of them are druids, I can at least speak druidic to them. But I can't hear them, so.
We just gotta find them and then we'll talk.
Okay.
That'll be...
I was trying to figure out like a way potentially of speaking that they might be able to hear and know that we're not hostile.
Yeah, that's the trick, is how to not scare them off again. Basically, kind of just below the floor here.
If they were hiding from giant fucking Nutangi, hopefully,
I don't think they'll confuse us for giant fucking Nutangi.
Yeah, exactly.
We have several important distinctions from them.
Even without being seen. Okay. So yeah, we'll start looking around for potential ways to get further below.
All right. There are several doors around the edge of the room.
I, on the other hand, am just gonna call out in Aquan, we mean you no harm.
Nobody responds. Unfortunately. Cressona, you start poking through the doors around the edge of the room. None of them appear to be locked. Several of them just lead to what look like offices. 3 of them lead to what look like offices. One of them appears to be a set of stairs down.
We found a staircase.
Huh?
Wait for the others to follow and then head down the stairs.
I will follow when I get there, yeah.
Alright. So, down below, you find yourselves emerging into what seems like an armory. There are tridents and nets and spears and swords attached all over the walls. You can hear a rustling and clanging noise from further into the armory.
Digoroy, we found your tridents.
Yep. There they are.
Gonna start heading towards the source of the clanging noise. Trying to be stealthy about it.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Actually, is the pointing? How about is my concentration on locate creature pinging in that direction? Same direction.
Correct.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna try to be too stealthy about it.
All right. You head towards the source of the clanging. And you do, in fact, find a Triton. He is carrying a trident of his own and a large shield, wearing full plate armor. All of his gear, except for the trident, appears to be made of some sort of weird white metal with the texture of seashells. And his back is turned to you as you come closer.
They're just gonna kind of push out the telepathy. Greetings.
Bah! He slowly turns around and faces towards the group of you. What the fuck was that?
Our apologies. We cannot hear, so we must use this method.
Huh. Wait. He levels his trident at the group of you. Who are you all? What are you doing in our armory? And in our city?
I am Captain Diggeroy. We had heard that there was trouble in this part of the world and came to see if we could help.
The fish
Do
tell
we
us you're
seem-
hiding from the Nutangi.
Do we seem like we need your help, Captain? We are not hiding. We made a strategic retreat. We are gathering our forces again to kill that asshole.
Then it appears we are allies in this endeavor. How many strong
Why?
are you so far?
Wait. Back up like 7 steps. Who are you all? What? Nobody just comes to help us. Why are you all here? What? What?
I'll sit down on a table.
Get
it's like
yourself.
this.
Sorry.
Okay, so it's like this. I was one afraid. I'm an enemy of Gamir.
How are
I
you
had
an enemy of him? You stink like him.
How do you think I became so personally and how do you think you became such a personal enemy of mine?
Eh.
We heard rumors that he was active in this region. We also knew that your people were generally containing it, but we've encountered an increasing number of Nutangi far beyond this region. This all led us to be concerned with how things were going over here. So we came to look. We came to your city. No one was there to welcome us, but I can see that you're a busy man. And now we're here. And we're trying to see if everything really is under control. If it is, we'll be on our way.
They're not spreading everywhere because we were negligent.
Hmm.
They're spreading everywhere because that asshole likes to just pop them down all over the ocean, and we can't catch up to them all. Not before they get too big.
You may need to be more specific. We have come across many assholes.
Give me here. Like,
The Kraken. What's the connection there?
oh, it came through the portal a little while ago. We tried to fight it off, but it caught us by surprise, and that was part of what led to us scattering. Then the Nutangi came through when it was in the midst of fighting a bunch of us, and some of us made a strategic retreat into the portal. We haven't heard from them. And the rest of us scattered so that they couldn't kill us all at once. We're slowly regrouping. I am here to grab weapons so that we can kill them.
Any idea how the Kraken got the sword?
None. The one stuck in it? None.
That one.
It's not one of ours. Just showed up here with it.
I happen to know a little bit about the sword, but nothing about the Kraken.
Wait, then what's the sword?
The sword is an agent of Gamir.
Perfect. As if all the other ones running around weren't enough. Now there's a sword, too.
We're just shrugs.
A sword that is now a Kraken. We find it confusing as well.
I wonder which of them is steering in that one.
I mean, if you've met the sword, which one do you think would be worse?
He kind of does the thing where you're weighing two objects imaginary. With both hands going up and down.
That's what I figured. These past couple of weeks, the universe has seemed to do its best to just throw whatever it thinks would be the worst possible outcome at us. So I'm going to go with whichever one you think is the worst possible outcome is the one that's happened. Good news, though. We're still going to murder them both.
Awesome. Can we help?
Why?
Because it's nice.
Because it's what? You keep cutting
Yeah,
out.
you cut out.
What the hell is this key? Because it's personal.
If you don't get any of my people killed, then yes. Yes, you may.
Has there been more Nutangi like the one covered in ice?
They pop up every few decades.
So there are multiple currently?
Yeah.
We fought one
Most of the time.
yesterday.
Yeah. They come around whenever one of the male ones gets too big. That's what they turn into. Normally we kill them before that, but sometimes one of them slips through, and then we have to kill them when they're like that.
We at least injured one yesterday, but we do not know exactly where it went.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you don't injure them, they just come back. They're smart as hell, too. Cast any spells at you?
Yes. We'll explain the tsunami.
That's not one of the casting. That's just it
Oh.
doing its water control thing.
Oh shit, did it?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it actually cast a spell while I was in. Because I was looking at counter spell. But
Oh, yeah,
It
when
did the cone of cold or whatever it was at the very beginning, but I don't know if that was a spell.
That is a breath weapon.
Breath weapon.
Wasn't a
Gotcha.
cone of cold.
Okay, then didn't see any casting, I don't think. So then we'll...
Yeah, it's like casting. No, it used a lot of magic, but I don't remember it casting a spell per se.
Mm.
We'll explain the
Gage, if
freaky
you-
arms, though, in case they're different.
Oh, yeah. They... Wait.
I mean, he could learn to if he hasn't already.
Okay. So it's sprouting and cold, but it still had both pairs of arms. Hadn't lost the claws yet.
It still had
No, it
claws, right?
I would look at Eamon because he was the closest.
It's true.
Yeah, still had claws. Had creepy eyes on the tip of its limbs, too.
Oh, well, that's not a good sign.
What are the stages?
Yep. Well, it's at the second to last stage. Sounds like it's moving towards the last one that I've seen, anyways. Eventually they assume a humanoid form. If they get old enough.
Weird.
Extremely.
That is very
They're,
creepy, says the mushroom person.
The male ones turn into what are supposed to be images of Gamir. Whereas the female ones just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Huh. That's got to be an interesting ritual there. That's something they would not show on National Discovery or like National Geographic.
No, they tend not to put monster fuckers on there.
Cowards.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Eventually, the tail turns into a cape. They lose the hand. They lose the claws. They grow actual human legs, and they just end up being this ice person.
Hmm.
Oh.
So we should destroy it sooner rather than later.
Always a rule with these assholes.
looking a bit concerned about the air ones we dealt with before that ran off. Or at least the one. No, at least one left. We technically left it in our dust. What are the best methods to fight such a creature? That or the Kraken?
Most Natangi, until they get to their final form, can't do anything that has... The only things they have that can attack more than... The only things they have that aren't a line effect or a tsunami are single target. So he proposes swarming them from a bunch of different angles. Kraken are a little bit more difficult. Especially if it has an agent of Gamir sitting in its head. Because that probably means that it's a Kraken that knows how to cast spells.
Increasingly more just Medic's caliber face.
Don't let it swallow you. Don't let it cast any spells. Hopefully have some way to not get hurt as much from its lightning. That's the best I've got for you for that.
Okay, good to know about lightning.
It's the best I have for you.
Do any of you know where it went? Or where it would be?
Kraken? Lunatangi?
Either. Both.
Oh, the Kraken lairs north of here. We were going to go there once I'd gathered up a couple of choice items from here. Taking a bit of a closer look at this guy, he seems very tired.
His name's Gregory, isn't it?
His name is not Gregory. He just seems very tired. Kraken lairs north of here. Nutangi, who the hell knows?
Is there a chance that the Nutangi would come attack at the same time as the Kraken is being attacked, like before? Should one be dealt with before the other?
As long as you don't try and fight them together.
Looking to dig right.
Sorry, say again?
mostly asking about potentially dealing with the Nutangi first, so it doesn't, in case it might show up while dealing with the Kraken, so having to fight them both.
I'm wondering if because we have a ship, it might be better for us to go and deal with the further away threat, so the Tritons can concentrate on the closer one.
Hmm.
And then after we've dealt with that, we can come back.
Keeping them separated, yes. Assuming the Nutangi is the same as before, and there are not multiple. Was the one that attacked you all the same description as the one we saw? Or was it further along, not far along enough in stage?
It was same stage as the one that attacked you, I think.
Could it be the same one, or did you kill that one?
No, we didn't kill it. It's probably the same one. Oh, actually, hell, it may not be. Why would the universe send only one of them when it could send two?
Well, we'll get rid of at least one of them for you.
Much appreciated. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna fall asleep here for a few. Go hunt my people later.
Be under particular magical influences.
Sorry?
Is that like the normal fire, or is there potentially something going on there?
Make an Arcana check real quick. Actually, make a perception check.
I'm kind of curious about. Yeah.
Yeah, dude's just... You can see real big dark bags under his eyes, and his armor's pretty scuffed up, and he looks like he's basically been awake since the attack happened. It's not a matter of like it doesn't look like it's a matter of anybody's magically influencing him. It's just he's been awake for 4 days straight, and he's crashing pretty hard right now.
Wish I knew catnap.
He's maybe just a little bit relieved that some people have just showed up and demanded to help him with this problem he's having.
Which is very much the opposite of the last.
Like, despite what he's telling you, you have a feeling that things might be a little bit worse than he's letting on.
Shocked, I say.
So no, you don't spot any signs of like magical tiredness on him. You just spot literally every sign of just, I'm fucking exhausted.
And having to walk around 4 days in that armor too, jeez. Well.
You sure he's not just like adventuring while having recently had a kid?
Also possible.
Wow, he's that tired?
Yeah. Roughly equivalent amount of tired.
I feel like Eamon's been there.
grandfather.
Exactly.
Yeah, Amen definitely understands the feel. You know, between adventuring while having children and just having been an adventurer and soldier as long as he has, you've had at least one time like this.
Yeah, probably.
So we go deal with the Natangi Diggerai.
Yep.
I might have missed it. Do we know where it is?
No.
Have a way of tracking it?
We can attempt to locate it.
How much of a range does that have?
100 feet.
1,000 feet, yeah.
You know, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling if the Natangi was within 1,000 feet, we'd already know where it is.
We're not thinking of using it here.
I have a feeling if we were ever within 1,000 feet of the Natangi, we would know where it is. At least roughly.
I don't know, it could be hiding some shit.
Could.
I mean, yeah, like it could be like we know it's in like this island and it's hiding somewhere on the island. Then yeah, I could see us using that, but I don't know how we get to the general location of it first.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do we want to wake this guy up real quick and just ask one more question, or?
Yes, because if we don't have some way of finding it or hunting it, which, I mean, I guess I could just fucking scry on it again.
That remains an option.
Yeah.
Did you have any sense of where it was then?
I mean, not really, but we were able to figure out that it was with the Kraken. Because I mean, like that's how we saw the Kraken.
Oh, so it might just already be there.
Well, I mean, it was there. It
was there
seems
and then
left.
Ah, okay.
Don't necessarily know where it went to.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as much as I want to hunt this thing down, it seems like going for the Kraken first might actually be easier.
Might be, but my thinking is there's also a politics aspect of it.
Fair.
I think it'd be easier to get the Tritons to trust us a little more if we can come back with a Nutangi head. Or whatever left parts are after we fuck it up.
Yeah, though it seemed like they were going to be going to the Kraken very soon, so...
Then yeah, let's wake him up and see if he's got anything that'll help us hunt him down. Because I mean, the Tritons are hunting the Natangi, right? That's what he said?
It's what they do in general.
Yeah.
Hunting is maybe a strong word for what they're doing.
Well, fighting them, at least.
They're opposing it.
Okay. But yeah, maybe they have some way of locating them.
You want to wake them up?
Yes.
All right, you prod him awake. What? He's like clutching
his own trident and a couple of other ones and a shield to him.
Oh.
Almost like a Teddy weapon.
Oh. Poor guy.
But that doesn't seem worthy of an awe.
And
I heard
yet,
clutching things
anyway,
like a teddy bear, so.
Teddy weapon.
exactly.
Yeah.
Saying a bear is not a weapon
He hasn't seen
while
Critical
talking
Role.
to a druid.
Yeah.
I'll apologize for waking him up and just ask him real quick if they have any good ways of locating the Tongi.
Besides waiting for it to try and come kill us.
Yeah. Besides,
Oh. He puts a head on his hand. This is very important. You have to follow the trail of destruction it leaves.
See, following tracks I can do.
The Tongi are dicks. They break everything. Just look for the trail of shit it broke. If nothing is broken, then the Tongi was never there. See, look at all these craters that are in my city. My beautiful, beautiful city. That's how you know a Nutongi was here. 'Cause shit's broken.
Poor not Gregory. Not Gregory. Gregory needs a day off. Okay then. Did we see a wake of destruction on our way down here at all?
You didn't especially notice one, but you can head out and try and find one.
Try to.
If you would rather hunt the Tongi.
Also, I'm guessing you fellows are more used to leaving a trail of destruction than following one.
You know us very well already.
Oof.
Right. Well, let's try scrying again.
Alright.
It's generally emotional destruction, but sometimes physical.
So yeah, go back to the ship, and I will use a shitty picture on top of the body part this time for a -12.
Can you stack them like that?
Let's see. I'm not sure. I can see it being ruled either way.
Yeah. I'm going to say you can't.
That's fair.
The stronger connection you get from the chunk of its body you have overrules the one you'd get from a shitty picture.
It's fair.
Well, if he rolls a 19, he makes it.
Oof.
And I can't scribe on him again for 24 hours.
Boo.
How unfortunate.
It is.
Yeah. I don't think I can use my inspiration to make him reroll that.
Nah.
Didn't think so.
You can give it to people in your party. You can't use it for disadvantage on other people.
Alas.
Alas and alack. You can, however, attempt to mosey out and see if you can spot a trail of destruction. You do, however, have charts roughly indicating where the Kraken's Grotto would. It's totally up to you guys which one you go for first.
Let's go take a look for a trail of destruction and see which general direction that seems to be
Here's
going.
a question. Does scrying work like the immunity to the specific persons or any scry?
Specific person, it looks like.
Because I can scry.
Do you have a scrying focus?
Yes.
I
had
mean,
it a
even
while
if
back.
not, she could just borrow mine.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to attune to focus.
I've had a scrying mirror for a while now. I got a
Sweet.
bunch of like different stuff the last time we were in Aventine, or the time
That's
before
true.
that.
I do remember that. All right. You want to try scrying on him?
Sure.
Is
that's
Eamon
Spotify.
going?
Hmm?
Yeah, I was going to ask if Eamon handed over the chunk.
Yeah.
Chunko
Give you a chunk of
Nutangi.
its carapace.
All right. You spot the... After a 10-minute casting period to cast, you spot the Nutangi heading across the ocean floor. Sorry, I had to yawn. It doesn't appear to be doing anything especially noteworthy right now. It's just heading across the ocean floor. The water does appear oddly darker, though,
Okay.
compared to the water here. There's less sunlight there, wherever he is.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Whoops, my bad. No. You do not, in fact, see him.
Ooh.
He has hopped through the planar portal right next to you guys.
Oh. Oh.
If
Well-
you would like to hop to make a quick jaunt through to the plane of water to try and scry on him, then you see him. You see him just traveling through the depths. You spot a couple of what look like younger Nutangi wherever he is.
Wait, so if he was through the portal, I wouldn't have been able to do the spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then can at least say that he must be on the other side then.
Yeah. If you take a quick jaunt to the other side, then you can see a couple more things.
Yeah. And we would have figured that out on the first casting of scrying, so.
Yes.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Right.
That's my bad.
No worries.
He is physically close, but it is technically another plane of existence. Or physically not that far, I should say. But technically another plane of existence.
Okay.
So, do we want to pursue him into the plane of water?
Does not feel like.
It sounds like a very bad idea.
I mean, best case. I almost feel like the best case scenario is we don't encounter him at that point because we can't catch up. It also means, as long as he stays there, he can't come help the Kraken.
Did the Triton say how the Nutangi were coming to Yualia? Are they going through the portal, or?
He didn't really specify, but from how he said that Gamir keeps just putting them everywhere, didn't sound like they were.
Okay.
Yeah, never mind that theory.
I mean, we can still go after the Kraken instead. I imagine the Natagi will be busy for at least a bit.
Hopefully.
You can dream.
It's gonna come back through exactly when.
Yeah, but there's no good way to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
If anything, actually, it might make more sense for us to hang back when they go after the Kraken so that we can deal with whatever tries to flank them.
Potentially. And we don't have anyone that can cast alarm. Oh, Realm? Does Realm know alarm? Can we put an alarm around the portal?
You could. It's a reasonably large portal. You'd have to put several.
But
It's a
you
ritual,
could
so.
you could cast alarms around the entire portal if you wanted.
But there's a decent chance the Natagi might not be using the portal.
Well, it had to go
Yeah.
back. It would have to go back through, right? Or no?
No. That's what I was asking, was if they were using the portal, and it sounds like Gamir is
gotcha. Just drop it.
transporting them via other means.
Oh.
I mean, it might use the portal. It also just might not.
Potentially. I guess the fish didn't, like, none of the fish seemed to have seen it. You've seen it around recently, so.
Nope.
A few days since it was here.
Yeah, if it's been a few days since it was here, then it must not have used this portal to get back after us. Or the fish are like, or they're like gold, they're all like goldfish and they have really short attention spans.
I mean, they're fish.
Yeah.
They have like, what's the highest int a fish could have? Like 4?
Potentially.
There's a lot of them, but like
That bad, but yeah.
they're still dumb as fuck. Ultimately.
Yeah. I think they'd remember if a giant thing came back through fairly recently.
Yeah. I mean, they remembered that.
Yeah, they remembered when.
You know, it had been like 4 days since the Tritons hit, so their memory's not that bad.
That's true.
Fish really don't have a memory that short.
No, they don't. You know, anywhere beyond like a week, their memory is suspect at best.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we know we were not going to be able to find it here. And it's probably not going to use the portal, so I guess we might as well just go with the Kraken with them. But at least having tried to scry and knowing that it's probably on the plane of water is a good excuse to say, like, yeah, we can go find it because we know it's on the other plane.
Do we wake him back up again?
No, we let him.
Let the poor man sleep.
He needs to be well rested for fighting a Kraken. His Cristona is week.
That's one way to describe it, I guess.
Well, weekend. Tired.
Mhm. Okay. Wait, do you guys want to take him with you when you go to fight the Kraken? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Well, I
Well, I
heard
thought-
that...
Not what I.
The Tritons were getting ready to fight the Kraken themselves.
Yeah, so might as well go with them.
It's gonna be
We'll report on noticed what we saw.
It's gonna be an awkward moment when he wakes up.
Make sure he didn't get eaten.
Good news and bad news. Good news is we found the Nutangi. Sort of.
We located, not found.
You have narrowed the constraints on where he could be.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. He's gonna be asleep for like the next 5 hours. He hasn't
Yeah.
slept for 4 days.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna wait for him to wake up?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah. Probably be worth having Christona cast Scry again when he does, just to make sure the Nutangi is still there.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you guys have a solid 5 hours of time to spend in this underground armory in this underground armory.
Well, and on the Falcon.
And on the Falcon. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do during this time?
I might kind of wander this building. I'm kind of curious about the Tritons.
So the whole building, you wander around the building, you find a few more offices with stone carved, what look like they might be desks, and several tablets with carved. What script does Primordial use? Dwarven?
Very enough Dwarven, yeah.
Yeah. With carved Dwarven script on them in Primordial. You go out, you examine the circle of chairs a little bit, and after a little while of observing it, it brings to mind like a council chamber or an official meeting space that the Nutangi might use. Or not the Nutangi.
That'd be amazing. Bureaucrat Nutangi.
Oh god, that would be terrifying. That the Triton might use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's their government building, their only government building, and it has a big fucking armory under it.
Of course. When we were kind of going
Love it.
through the city, was there any space that looked like druidic in nature?
You didn't really go through the city.
Well, I
You
know we
kind of
went
just
to the middle, but
swam above it. Kind of just swam or piloted yourselves to the middle.
okay.
I'm gonna say nothing in the city limits that would be druidic.
Okay.
Or heavily druidic. Nothing easily distinguishable as druidic within the city limits.
Okay. Yeah, just probably might wander a bit and talk to any other animal life come across. Just get a better sense for this area.
Okay.
Then head back.
You end up getting a reasonably good sense of the layout of the area as you wander around for a few hours, waiting for this poor bastard to wake up. Eventually, 5 hours later, he wakes up and just yawns.
Should have given him 5-hour energy.
Oh, I needed that. Oh god, I faked yawned and then made myself a real yawn.
Welcome to my world.
Thanks, I hate it. Oh god, you're all still here. Oh gods, what do you want now?
Good news and bad news.
Uh-huh.
Of course. We have located the Nutangi.
Uh-huh. What's the bad news?
He's on another plane.
Of course, he hopped through the portal. Or plane shifted. He shrugs. One or the other.
Yeah, we didn't see him actually do it, so shrug.
Yeah. Can I, 1 second, I just need to make sure that you're actually real and not just a sleep deprivation hallucination.
Fair enough.
And he'll walk over to you and just poke you with the butt of one of the tridents he's carrying a little bit, like in the quad. Huh? Oh, you're actually real. I don't know if that's better or worse.
Sorry about that.
Alright, let's on another plane. I'm gonna take these back to my people and we'll get ready to attack them in a couple of days. What are you guys gonna do? Go hunting Nutangi in the elemental plane of water? You seem like the type. Don't take offense to that, please.
Oh no.
Some taken.
Totally considered that. The problem is elemental planes are very big.
Uh-huh.
And we have no way of figuring out where on the plane it would be.
I feel like
Yeah.
there's a few more problems than just that.
That's kind of the principal one.
Oh, come on. You're telling me you don't want to run into one of the full-grown females out there? Or some of the black dragons that live at the bottom of the elemental plane of water? Or the elder Krakens? Or the other horrible shit that lives in there?
Making notes.
One of those would be fine.
The evil elemental water prince, the fucking Marids. You telling me you don't want to run into any of those, old-timer?
It's not on my bucket list.
Well, maybe you should put it on then. You'll have to do it regardless if you stand out here for too long.
Apparently, we will be dealing with the Kraken shortly.
Couple of days. I need to go find the rest of my people. Get them all armed. Crack out the nasty stuff. And probably sleep a little bit more. His eyes are like closed as he's talking to you guys.
Yep.
Yes.
He's like, he's more hungry than sleepy right now, but not by much.
Yeah.
Your Christona does seem to need rest.
I don't know what this Cristona is, but I sure do.
Well, we'll be in the area. Please let us know before you go. Be heroic.
Alright. I'll have one of the priests send you.
Awesome. Couple of days, he said, right?
2 days. At least a couple.
That means I can cast teleport twice.
It does, yes.
So, it begs the question, how good are Warforged underwater? With the follow-up, how many of them are ready to fight right now?
Good question.
This is
For
amazing.
both of those. Warforged are not known for their swimming ability, given that, they're completely metal. However, should it be something that you were interested in, there are multiple Warforged wizards who are hanging around who are hanging around. You ever wanted to see Monarch fight?
Oh
You
shit!
do.
But I don't want Monarch to get hurt. Monarch is a cinnamon roll. Needs to be protected at all costs.
Hey, if you've ever wanted to see Monarch and his siblings actually fight,
Protect Monarch and Banach.
well, Monarch, Binnock, Trinock, Quinock.
Yeah.
All the
He's
knocks.
got 8. He's got 8 siblings.
Can they cast freedom of movement on the other ones?
How many can you bring back with teleport? I think it's like 12? 8. Up to 8 willing creatures of your choice.
So
Might
really
also be worth asking, can Realm cast teleport?
She can, if you are going to go through the effort of making her untraumatized enough to be willing to cast it for you.
Only traumatized by me, probably.
I don't know. She's not a very happy camper right now. But yes, Realm can in fact cast teleport. And should Degroy wish, you can in fact go back and pick up all but one of the Nock siblings.
That's probably good, because I wouldn't want to risk all of them at once.
All right. I mean, as long as you guys are looking at casting spells while you're waiting for this guy. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
So we know Kraken's
resend it.
Dome Lightning. Anything about poison or what? Well, I mean, it's got because it's got that sword. What does Diggory know about what it can do?
Excellent question. What do I know about what that sword can do?
Well, that is a very good question. You've never seen it acting in a Kraken before? You have a vague notion. Sorry. Yes, continue. Oh, I thought you were.
Context. Yeah.
Yeah, so new context. You are aware that until you spoke to Tyr and had that curse removed, it was providing you with your magic. Or maybe not directly aware, but you can puzzle it out.
The actual content.
Yes. You are similarly aware that it was empowering the pirate. That it was empowering the Pirate King. So, best guess, it's something that's capable of empowering whoever's wielding it and whoever it's riding along with. How much? Yeah. It's hard to tell exactly what it could do with a Kraken.
There's a certain skill at using it factor as well, if it does warlocky stuff. So it also depends on how Krakens had it.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of questions around exactly what sort of powers the Kraken would gain from that. That are unclear, that have unclear answers.
But it could very well be a Kraken warlock.
It could. It could even be both a Kraken warlock and a Kraken wizard.
Da da da. Well,
But if it's multi, that means it has a higher, lower maximum spell level.
Sure.
And slot level, because warlocks.
Well, I have one thing I can do before we get closer that might help, depending. But that would be probably like the night before or close to. Could also, let's see. I could try planner binding something.
Ooh, that's a ballsy decision.
Yeah. That, or the other thing I was thinking of was a Hero's Feast beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have the things for that. I at least definitely wanted to do Hero's Feast, because it's probably at least a little bit helpful, if anything. But might save that for when we have everyone who's definitely coming with us. I don't, can
It's
that
a lot. Yeah, that feeds a lot of people, don't it?
12. It's just like, can the Nock siblings eat?
For the purposes of Hero's Feast, yeah.
Okay. I really don't want to break my Nock. Don't break my Nock.
If you bring forth a Hero's Feast for them, it also contains Warforged fuel.
Nice! That'd be amazing.
Alcohol.
You do also have plane shift.
I do.
For
what?
Oh, just pointing it out. Okay.
I'm just
So
trying to figure out
Diggeron-
why. Oh, unless we want to go to like Sigil and get some hire some hirelings there.
Who knows, man?
In search of party. Huh?
OFG for a raid. We need
raid.
8 tanks.
LFG,
LFG.
need tank.
24
man.
DPS, 3 support, and any healers who want to come.
Amazing.
You could if you wanted.
Good XP. Good XP.
Good X.
Drops a sweet katana.
Vorpal katana drop guaranteed.
It's the only time I can say that.
I love Dungeons and Dragons. Alrighty. So Diggeroy wants to go drop by the Viscerad to pick up some Warforged. Any thoughts on which Warforged exactly you want to bring?
Don't you dare hurt Monarch.
It kind of depends on what's available, but casters, big tanks, and anyone who can. What else? Honestly, we do need DPS, I think.
More would never be undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you really can't have too little DPS. Okay. Well, I'm so glad you thought of this at the end of this session and not at the beginning of the next one. So that I have time to properly prepare character sheets for all of these Warforged. Because Monox is just, a couple of years out of date.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. Okay. You can head back. There are... you can only bring back 8 Warforged. Ultimately. So it kind of comes down to you as to who you want to bring. Counting Monarch, there are 9 caster Warforged. Other than that, there are some heavy tank Warforged, there are skirmisher Warforged, there are essentially melee DPS Warforged. It's up to you what the configuration of those that you gather is.
All right, my current thinking would be melee DPS probably isn't going to be worth it because we're going to be fighting in the water. So let's do 3 casters, 2 tanks, 3 range striker.
3 caster, 2 tank, 3 skirmish. Okay.
Where they're defined.
I'd probably only want to use one more freedom of movement, unless they all can, because I don't.
Monarch and his siblings can.
They can? Okay. I wasn't sure because I guess it's technically not a wizard spell.
They can.
Okay. Making sure.
They're Warforged. They cheat a little bit.
Yay.
Or I should say they have an equivalent. They have an equivalent body modification that casts freedom of movement. That essentially gives them the effects of freedom of movement.
Also gives them the underwater modifications that are really neat.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Well, there hasn't been a ton of demand for it up till now, but
If you desire, Overseer, we shall begin to modify existing Warforged with underwater capabilities.
Yay.
If you could get on that fast, that'd be great.
All right. Do you want Monarch to be one of the casters, or do you just want his siblings?
Um,
Don't you dare break Monarch.
I was gonna say nothing personal, but he's already proven himself as an administrator.
All right.
I hate to lose him in that role. So
All right.
the humans know him.
All right. You get Binnock then, as well as Trinock and Quinock.
Huzzah.
Alrighty. Does anybody else want to do anything in particular to prep during the 2 days in which this guy is the general is alternating being asleep and going to find his people?
I'm gonna... Okay. I feel like, given that Realm is probably completely avoiding her, Christona might ask Sophia if Sophia would look after, her puppy for the time being. Like, for the
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Realm, whenever Realm sees you, she gives a little eek, and then Dimension Doors.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Just kind of like walks to Sophia's area, just carrying like puppy in their arms, and asking if she'd watch over them during the Kraken stuff that they're about to do.
Oh, puppy! And he has such nice antenna growing in too.
We agree. Thank you, Sophia.
Anytime. Oh, whenever you see Diggeroy, tell him we're almost done those goggles that see souls.
Oh.
Yeah, he asked for them a while ago, but things kept coming up and they kept getting pushed to the back burner.
We will let him know. Thank you, Sophia.
No problem. Be safe.
Yep.
Oh, you are just the cutest little guy.
Damn right.
And she starts, like, scratching him under his chin.
Yeah, Sophia understands.
Sophia's also an artificer. They're weird people.
Exactly.
Case in point, the Fistinators.
It's been a while.
Are they the power fight after improved version?
Yes. Yes, they are. They all are at this point.
Also, that's something Bauer hasn't done for a while. Cast Feast.
I
haven't seen a good time.
I somehow have no doubt he'll find a reason to do so soon.
Punch a Kraken, yes!
Soon.
Fist the Kraken.
Freezing.
No, that was totally intentional.
Someday you'll go back to the Isle of Autumn and tell Professor Legmite of all of the great places you've been and all of the people you've fisted. And on that day, you will test your fist against his, and it shall be glorious.
Yeah, either like the night before or like the morning of, we'll do Heroes Feast for the 12.
Okay. Okay. So that gets you guys all the Warforged. So it's There's some food created through the Hero's Feast, but primarily it seems to just be kind of globs of golden light.
WD-40.
Globs of golden light and WD-40 that the Warforged down and then go back to, or that the Warforged down and they begin to glow faintly themselves.
Huzzah. Let's see, it'll probably be the night before then, yeah.
All right. And then the day of, the Triton that you guys met comes to you guys. I just realized I never gave you my name.
Get a lot
I'm
on.
General Zara. I sure did. I'm General Zaris. It's good to meet you all. Properly, when I don't think you're sleep hallucinations.
We are Cristona.
Oh, good to meet you all. Properly this
Make
time.
everybody else is introduced.
All right. We know where the grotto is. Let's fucking get to it, shall we?
Is there anything I need to know about the plan?
Not especially. Hit him from a bunch of different directions at once. You and your weird metal things, if you are sure that they can cast magic, are probably going to have to focus on making sure it doesn't cast any spells at us. Other than that, dodge its lightning, make sure you don't get caught in the ink cloud, and don't let it bite you.
Simple plan. I like it.
Me too.
When it's a corpse.
See you when it's a corpse. Alrighty. And with that, you guys set off to the north. You travel a little ways just past a couple of sunken ships from centuries past until you come to the edge of a grotto. Along the way, a few score Triton armed with similar armor and carrying weapons similar to General Zaris join you as well. And they mutter amongst themselves in Aquan as they prepare themselves for battle. You guys all notice that they're some of them are a little bit young for what you might consider battle ready, but they're there. They're armed, and they're coming with you. And as you head out, as you approach the grotto, the hilt of a sword sticks out first, and then a Kraken head follows behind it. And it surges out of the grotto with its tentacles trailing, and then forms up in an offensive position towards the lot of you. And then another smaller Kraken head comes out from behind it and arranges itself next to the Kraken. And another one.
Oh boy.
And another one. Seems like the Kraken has made itself a couple of Kraken spawn.
Fun.
And it,
And that's a little worse than a three-headed Kraken.
it doesn't yell, but it does rumble somewhere deep within its enormous chest. And you all feel it, the vibration come and hit you and rumble your bones. And then pass on through as you prepare to face the Kraken and its children. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Woot.
So yeah, Kraken plus Kraken kids.
That
And
sword
the
gets
Kraken
around.
the Kraken might be a war. Or a wizard. Who knows?
We should have gone to Sigil.
Maybe. Okay. I have a brief note I wanted to add on top of things. This campaign is getting very long.
That's fair.
I'm gonna accelerate things a little bit. I hope nobody minds too much.
That just means you're going to douse it in fire, right? Douse in gasoline.
We'll see.
That's fair.
I don't especially want to burn everything to the ground. But, you know, I might douse the area under you guys' asses with gasoline and then throw a match.
That sounds about right.
Especially regarding... I figure we have an arc or two before the endgame type shit starts hitting the fan. So, yeah. Just letting you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and accelerate because
We slow when we go off on tangents.
a little bit. I don't mind them. But yeah, I don't have much else to say.
Cool.
Just lengthy sigh. I hope no one's especially bothered by this.
That's fine.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's we've been playing this for 2 years. I'm still having fun, but you know, it is starting to drag a bit.
That's fair.
So I didn't have that much left before, or that much that I super wanted to run anyways. So yeah.
Oh, shit, it's been that long.
You might actually see some.
Episode 77.
It's true.
You guys might actually see some answers to some long-running questions. Da-na-na.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's all I got for tonight, guys. Nomination stuff before I fall asleep at my desk.
Kristana was last time.
Yep. So, I was pretty damn amused by Bauer just jumping off and sinking. So I go for Bauer on that.
Yeah, it was good.
Just bye-bye!
Okay, bye.
Very on brand, I have to admit.
Yeah, exactly.
It really was.
And if you have fun things you can do, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
And this was the moment Eamon realized he was now traveling with a bunch of insane people.
More than anything else, the totally deadpan way that me and Kristona would have reacted to that.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
Like, oh yeah, he does that. Yeah.
He did not. No, except more like he did not yell parkour this time.
Yeah, but that's a sneaky attack thing.
That's true.
Alright. I'm off for tonight, guys.
Okay.
Good night.
I
Thank
gotta get
you.
back to work.
Night.
GG.
Good night, guys. No
See ya.
Good
problem.
luck.
Thanks for the game, guys.
Yep. Later.
Flying ace and fly through outer space. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass